Hello and welcome. We had another reset and liberate message that wanted to land. This one's an important one, a short one, but an important one that wanted to land before the masterclass. Also, you might be able to hear a little sore throat today. So we're moving the masterclass until tomorrow, 14th, 6:30 p.m. CET. That's the plan. Please make sure you got your notifications, your emails on, because we're going to send everything via there so you can keep updated if anything changes. So we always respect what's moving in the sacred. Okay, let's get into today's message and why it is so important right now. And that message is around letting go, because if we don't let go, we cannot invite in the new. Now, letting go is no joke. Easier said than done. And it would benefit you to let go of any thinking, ideas, feelings that are totally out of alignment with what you're being, wanting to enjoy and doing. So we know that, we get that, you get that. Okay, so the event, the masterclass, like I say, is planned to take place tomorrow now instead of today. Hopefully that will go ahead. Otherwise, just keep posted. If anything moves, you'll be informed on email. Is the best place. So if you're not on the email list, just let me know and we can put you on it. That's the 100% place you will be informed. So thank you for all of you that have been joining us in this incredible experience, and what an amazing few transmissions so far. And we are looking to have an amazing event and masterclass to bring this all together and then support you with transmissions after that. So the energies are extremely vibrant. And while we have these sacred alignments, we need to recognize that if you're taking part in this, you are becoming very bold, very courageous. Now, there's two types of bold and courageous, and I'm going to ask you to define or decide which one you are. So there's bold and courageous, that I take all the action to do the inner work, if you like. All right, because I'm bold and courageous to do that, be in this space, sow the seeds. But am I bold and courageous with my actions? Okay, because this is all about actions. What is your relationship with being bold and courageous with your actions? Okay, because that's really the make or break piece. So yeah, do let us know. Do let me know inside of the chat or the messages. It's always nice to know what you're feeling as you're feeling these energies, what you're getting from the different activations, what your questions are as you be with it. Because the way this is all positioned right now is that the energy it's bringing up is that it can make us a lot more enthusiastic about what we want to some degree. And so you may be bold and courageous in that. Okay. And it also can make us a little, if you like, egotistical or big-headed, because so see, if you're in that camp, it's not who you are, but it can naturally happen because it's another protective energy that actually stops things from happening, but acts like they are happening, because like, I'm enthusiastic, I'm being bold, I'm being courageous, I've got my plan, and that can make us a little big-headed because we're not actually taking the next clear action that is in alignment to have that happen and get the support that you require with that. Okay, so whether that's in your purpose or whether it's in your relationship, whatever it is. Okay, so we can refer, if you like, to it as the ego. Okay, that can come up, getting too big for our boots. This happens a lot, right? We get super excited, put a plan together, like, yeah, I can do this, I don't need anyone, I don't need anything, I've got this. So just notice if you've got that moving anywhere. All right. Because although it may seem like, oh, that's good, it could be working against you, depending where it's streaming from. False element, true element, okay? So let me know in the messages, or you can private message as well. So, and there may even be certain arguments you're having with people, yourself, recently, inside of that. And you may have actually felt your ego, or you may think it's confidence, or your big-headedness, or something like that rise a little bit in the last few days, okay? In certain interactions, in certain ways of thinking. And for some reason, you might be thinking, I've got it all under my control. And what you say goes, and your way is the highway. And, we are all in this together. So we're all experiencing these energies if we can tap into them, okay, including myself. And so while that is good, because we are crossing over to some confidence and some excitement, enthusiasm, we want that, okay, because you're honoring yourself, you're being courageous and brave. So congratulations, it's absolutely amazing. You're honoring your goals, your intentions, you're setting these standards, and it's kind of like, finally, I'm actually like putting this all together. This shit's getting real, okay? Yet the message here from the sacred, in all honesty, is that it will also trigger certain false elements, if you like, certain ego parts, getting big fire boots, getting big-headed, or getting like, I don't need anything, no one, I got this, I can do this, or they need me, they can't do this without me, anything like that, okay? Which is trying to prove a point where, so maybe it's where someone's showing less kindness to you or less compassion than they usually do, and you're actually showing less kindness, compassion than you usually do. So now, the key here is whoever you're showing less kindness and compassion to that you usually do, are the people that can help you, or you can help them, okay? And curating for this portal is very much about investing in people that can help you and helping others that you can help, okay? Because when we can help others that we can help, okay, because we're one, it matches our energy, and we're not attached to the outcome, but we're helping them, okay? And that activates it for you too. This is why the giving and receiving works, if you know what you're doing with it precisely, with your identity, your personal situation. So your identity, profile, signature, your personal experience is important here. It's not a one size fits all. It's not black and white. It's nuanced to your situation always. So ask about that, so you can get it what is true for you. And if you know someone can help you right now, okay, this person can actually help you, but you've got some of those other energies going on in that ego, then the invite is to stop and let them help you, and also see who you can help. We want this kind of moving in a very connected way. All right, so those are the two actions for today. Who can you help, and who can help you that your ego may be getting in the way of letting them help you, or saying yes to that, because it's really important right now, because it's just going to blow it all out, okay, the way you desire, or even better. Or the ego, as the ego, what we call the false elements here, can actually make us feel like we're making progress, but actually we're shutting it down, okay? We're maybe trying to put all these things together and then trying to, grab any information we can get, rather than saying, look, I'm going to keep investing in those people I can help, so people you can help, and someone that can help you, okay? And you know who that someone is. Write it down. Who's that person that can help you right now? And then if you've got a few, then write down, well, which one am I avoiding the most? Or which one has the most ego, right, towards it? And likewise, the other way around, who can I help the most right now? And which one am I avoiding the most, that has the most ego around it? That's the one you want to go to. This is like diabolical, on what this can open up for you. Right? So if you can relate to anything I just mentioned, and that reasoning behind that, it's because of the way the energies are right now. It tells us nothing about, who we are or who you are. It's not about, putting shade on you or anybody else, because this is the way the sacred is positioned right now. It's amplifying confidence. So you're ferocious, you're powerful, you're great, which is good for those of you that have been suffering, or those of you who have been a pushover for some time. Okay, great. We don't want to knock that. That's very good. Yes. Now you're standing on that beautiful platform finally. Okay, and you're able to stand up for yourself, stick up for yourself, be authentic. But now we have the caution that can go into ego. And now actually, as you're coming up, it cuts off what is for you. So it's good because you're honoring yourself. And so that's good in terms of loving yourself correctly. Yet it is very, very simple to go across a line where you go overboard, okay? Or where you may be even hurting people, or your mission, or your purpose, or your relationship, or your health that you actually care for, or hurting yourself. Whenever you're hurting someone else, you're hurting yourself, okay? What we give, we get. Okay. And that's really natural, because the way the identity profile signature in you works is you have something called force elements that try to protect you from receiving what you want. So if you're honoring yourself to this degree and you're getting this confident, it's like, oh, how can we kind of mess this up, if you like? Let's go overboard. Let's cut off the help from the person I know I can get help from. Let's say I don't need that. Okay, let me not give the help. Okay, and that's where that ego comes in. So it will also hurt yourself, right? Although in that moment, or in that conversation, that you feel, it feels like, the ego always feels like a quick win, right? It's like, yes, I don't need this. I don't need this. It's a black and white. It's no, I'm not going to put up with it, or whatever it is. Okay, that's the ego. And you win the conversation, you win an argument, you win so-called getting what you want. But is it what you want? Deep down inside, is it what your soul wants? Or is it actually betraying your soul for the help that it's wanting to get? And the help is wanting you to give others right now. So at the end, of those actions, did you really manage to get what you want? Okay, now it's hard to tell at this stage, because you're just putting these plans and these things together. It's like, will I get what I want? Okay, or did that attitude, those feelings, sacrifice getting exactly what you wanted, because you, or your force elements who you're not, were too much in your head about things, too much in this ego, too much in this big head, too much in this so, well, I'm a free spirit. I don't need anyone. I don't need help. I don't need support. I don't need advice from anything, from my sacred, from my mentor, from my friend, or whatever it may be. Okay, and I don't need to give it to anyone, because we have a rebel in us, a rebel with a cause, a rebel without a cause, right? And it can self-identify itself as a free spirit. Okay. But is it free? Okay, so double check that. And if you're not sure, you're like, well, is this true for me or not? You can check. Okay, so, and that the rebel without a cause wants power and control, and so that's when we can. That's when others may be overpowering, or you may be overpowering. And getting, annoyed or triggered by that. All right. So if you feel into it, how many times have you been overpowering? How many times have you stood your ground, been stubborn, and that didn't get you what you wanted? So that's, if it's going into that energy, it's working against you. So just notice that right now. Yeah. So yeah, you may have stood your ground, but it's like I didn't actually get what I wanted. Hold on, what was I standing my ground for? Whose ground am I standing on? So got to check if that's coming from your true elements, your true identity, or false identity. And that's why today, as we're activating all of this, is a big loving reminder. While it's very good to be confident in your skin, it's really wonderful to love yourself correctly, honor yourself. And it's so good for you to go for your purpose, your dreams, your goals. The message is, don't be overconfident today. Do not refuse help. Do not ignore help. Look at where your help could help someone right now, because if you can give it, you can receive it. And yeah, it must come from a true element. We cannot be helping anyone from any false element, any false identity. Okay, so if you're not sure, then ask a question in the chat, reach out, ask. Okay, it's not black and white. Depends where you're streaming from. So, this is a space of boundaries that have become overconfident, more in the ego space, more in the big fire boots place. And you can start recognizing that ego self, where maybe you're trying to prove a point, or trying to stay angry, or trying to prove that, you don't need anyone. I trust myself. I'm in control. Those kinds of energies right now are 9 times out of 10, not always, but 9 times out of 10 likely to be in a false identity, not your true identity. You got to go, is this true or false? Because, this is a big moment here, all right? And activating it precisely is going to be huge. So this is my encouragement. This is a sacred encouragement for everybody today. Absolutely stand up tall, stand up strong. Absolutely love yourself correctly, honor yourself. Yet at the same time, the invite here, and it's a potent invite, is to take yourself down a peg or two. Take yourself down off that pedestal just a little bit. Especially in scenarios, people, projects, purpose, which matters to you. And you're cutting things off, okay, that are coming from the false identity, not the true identity. All right, especially in your dreams and your goals and what you're in pursuit of. So just take a few steps down, okay? Get humble, honor, know that you still have everything else, and go, hold on, I can have both the help and give help and still have all this confidence and all this knowing and all this self-trust. Okay, they're not mutually exclusive. All right, so that is the main energy that I wanted to land today before we go into our masterclass tomorrow. And we want to respect all the energies, all the feelings, all the thoughts that are coming up right now. Even, the good, the bad, the ugly, because we want to use them. They all have information, not to, be tough on yourself or anyone else. So when you can step down a bit, let that big head come down a bit, let that ego and that defense come down a bit. You can honor something greater, okay? With greater plans, with your greater plans, you can honor something greater that otherwise cannot come to fruition fully, okay? Because the ego is all about the self. I don't almost need anyone else, okay? If we didn't need anyone else and we didn't need each other, if I didn't need you, you didn't need me, okay, we would be alone. We are not, for a reason, okay? It's all connected. So the invite here is not to allow the ego, defensiveness, shut down, ignoring, avoiding, stubbornness, banging the feet to get in the way of what we are so close to, what you are so close to achieving. because this is a story of, we've all been in that story where you're doing so well, it's going so great, you're creating what you want, you're so excited. Yeah, and because of that ego, because of that defensiveness, because of that stubbornness, because of that refusing to accept help and listen and be open, boom, you end up cutting the ties to something that actually was required, okay, that was sacredly designed and required to be part of this with you and with that purpose. So, and if you have done that, you feel like, oh no, I know what that is. Okay, what is it? Write it down. And nothing is irreversible inside of the sacred. So go remedy that. Go to that person, that thing, and say, oh, I think I cut ties. And actually it's important that we don't do that right now. I'm doing great. I'm really confident. I'm honoring this. And I do require that help right now. Or I cut you off and I said I wouldn't help you, and I want to help you right now. Here I am. Even if you don't make the announcement, you can just show up and start doing it, okay? Yeah. So I don't know how many of you listening to this are recognizing that these energies are going on right now in the false identity with the ego in life. If you can own up to that, if you can admit that, and with the people around you, and see it in yourself, most importantly, wherever you've been trying to prove a point or they are, then yeah, we all play the same game at the same time because the energies are moving, okay? But it's just about navigating those energies and using them correctly, okay? So step down, come down a peg or two off that pedestal, out of the false identity, let your true identity, if you like, your higher self, get to the truth, and then you're going to let amazing things that the sacred wants to deliver to you be delivered, okay? So the invitation is to remember the biggest energy in the world, in the sacred, is not you or me, all right? So it's great to be confident, but the biggest energy in the world is what we call the creator, and you too are the creator. So it's about working together in partnership. This is why taking help from someone where you might be refusing it, and both helping others right now, okay, where you might be refusing it or that energy's come on. Notice that. So if you honor this energy right now, even if you're still feeling it in the background, but you still take the action, because that's what really happens. It's okay if it's still there but not in the lead, and you come off this, you come down a peg or two, come off that pedestal, and you keep your heart, mind and soul open. You keep your options open, you keep those decisions open and opportunities open, and actually you make a decision, because right now it's really important to make a decision. So you want to, if you haven't made the decision on that thing right by now, why? What's stopping you? Okay, and see if it's in any of these energies, okay? Because we are going to get to decision, because the only way anything can happen with decision and action, and there's no wrong decision, okay? In the sacred, you're going to find yourself navigating yourself through these portals that are coming beautifully, and you're going to start seeing a lot of opportunities and things that seem like unbelievable start to perform itself over the next coming weeks. That's why we're reviving and resetting at this time and trying to support you with that as much as possible. So that's the day. So I was going to say short message, but it has got a bit longer. I'm talking a bit slower because I've got a little bit of a sore throat. So thank you for your patience. Thank you, by the way, for being part of Reset and Liberate, or being part of Liberate Me. It just means so much to me. And for those that are going to join the masterclass, that's absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's just really beautiful when we come together in this way. And so this just came through to me as a sacred message for today. And in the past, I haven't usually shared things like this, but I'm going to share them more and more because it's just so beautiful. in that identity upgrade that's important right now, to tell the truth of the energies that are going on, so we can call ourselves out, and so it doesn't get in our way. You know, as a mentor or a guide, or that we are not afraid to call that out with love, okay, and call ourselves out, and know that it can all be done sacredly and beautifully, and that's okay. That's freedom. So thank you so much. I just wanted to send and express all my love for you all. You're absolutely incredible. Have a beautiful day, and I look forward to seeing whoever wants to attend tomorrow on the masterclass. So much love, heart, and joy for you. Do give a thumbs up if you enjoyed the message. Subscribe, put on the notifications, because I am going to start coming live a bit more sporadically, so then you get notifications. Comment below. I love hearing from you, even where you're tuning in from, or a hello or a private message. And there is lots more loveliness to come. Take a moment if you want to check out the replays from the last transmissions, and they went out in the last few days, and I did actually just have an email sent out, so you've also got them an email. So stay tuned, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, notifications. That helps this to be seen, and for you to get to know whenever I have a download or get a message, I can come on here live, and then you know that message is meant for you. You know, what is meant for you will always come to you. What is for you won't pass you. So know that. All right. Lots and lots of love to you. Have a beautiful day ahead, and I shall speak to you soon.